Welcome guys, this is Edwin, and today we're going to be talking about the Specwar knife by Emerson Knives. And this is a production model that is discontinued now, okay? It's one of those older models from Emerson Knife. Well, let me not just say older. This is the first folder that the company Emerson Knives released back in 1996, okay? So, you know, pretty cool. Obviously, this model I have free here is a 2001 model. But, you know, the 1996 one will have those screws in the middle, like you've seen in some of those older Commanders that I've shown in the past. Okay, so pretty cool. And if you look at it, the inspiration of this knife was based on that collaboration that Emerson did in 1993 with Timberline. That was the Specwar fixed blade. Okay, and that fixed blade I should have, let me post a picture on that fixed blade. And you can see right there, right, the inspiration of it with the handle and even the blade. Obviously, in this case, you're looking at the spear point version of it, but there's also a Specwar folder that is a Tanto version that will be more similar to that fixed blade. Okay, so pretty cool. The very first folder that the company Emerson Knives produced. Okay, and not only that, the Tanto version of the Specwar was released for usage in NASA on the space shuttle missions and the International Space Station missions. They used the Specwar Tanto blade, and that Tanto blade has like the NASA one I'm talking about, has like a gut hook in that Tanto tip that you can Google it around. And yeah, that's also, you know, it's been out there and proven, you know, so pretty cool, this little knife here. And it's not that little. Let's compare it right now with the CQC7, okay? And I think because it's an older model and the G10 is a little bit thinner, and we'll go through that, it feels little, but it's not a little knife, you know? We're talking about a 3.5 inch blade and overall 8.5 inches. Okay, so hey, not that little knife right there. Let's compare it with the Spyderco Tenacious right now, so you can take a look right there. Again, 3.5 inches and 8.5 or 8.6 inches overall. Right there with the Spyderco, and let's see the Buck 110. Boom, right here. You know, right there with the Buck 110 in terms of blade. The handle on the Buck might be a little bit longer if we see it from here. Okay. Now let's talk about this knife. Let's talk about this knife. And again, this is one of those classic models that you can find it in the secondary market, and it's not that expensive, even that has that history in it. And in this case, I got the spear point or clip point blade. It has this beautiful swedge from here, okay, all the way from here back there, and it's a V grind, okay, like you can see, it has that black coating. And when we're talking about V grind, we're talking about a knife that, you know, is being ground in both sides of that blade, and then you have that chisel edge that is well known by Emerson, right? Then you can see like old school logo is very simple, Emerson USA 2001. That's one of those things I love about the old school ones, that is very simple logos that they use. And then in terms of handle, again, the inspiration came from that fixed blade called Specwar, okay? And basically you have your well-known finger guard from Emerson's, right? At this time there was no wave, but you can see how he did some jimping here so that you can rest and you still have those contact points that I love on my Emerson knives. So it's pretty cool, okay? You have that old school G10 that is not grippy at all, you know, so, and a little bit more contour, I should say. And both of these liners are titanium, like back in the day. And I replaced this pocket clip, but you know, it came with a pocket clip just like that. And old school, right, it came with that type of back spacer right there. Oh, let me put it right there so you can see, right? And one of the things that you will notice, nothing scientific here, but this knife is thinner. You know, the whole G10 and liners is thinner than current production knives. So in my hands, I'm more used to the newer productions. It feels like it's a very little knife when it's not. You know, we're talking about a very usable 3.5 inch blade, but for some reason it feels really thin in my hand. But the ergonomics are great. You know, other than that, it's basically a great knife. You know, I don't own a Tanto version of this, but the ergonomics of this handle, just like with its fixed blade, is great. You know, I have no problem with this handle. It's right there. I wish it was a little bit longer, but that's just me. Reverse, let's see. Yeah, reverse feels excellent as well. Actually, and that's perfect that it's not that long, you know, because it just rests right there. So yeah, reverse grip, front grip, and again, a very usable EDC knife. I do have other Emerson, so I don't carry this one that much, given, you know, again, it's not, for me, it's a collector piece, a 2001 Specwar knife. Again, it's not super expensive. You can find it in the secondary market when they show up, no problem, you know. So yeah, but for me, I got a brand new like this, and I want to keep it like that. So just for collection purposes. And again, this is the Specwar knife. Another thing that I like is the profile when this knife is closed. I think it's very cool how that blade kind of hides right there between those handles, and it's very accessible right hand or left-handed, okay? You can access this no problem. It's running on washers, and again, one of those classic knives that not everybody's aware of it, okay? The Specwar folder knife. Again, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me through Instagram, YouTube comments, on Facebook group, okay? We're always there chatting about knife, having a great time. And hey, you guys have a great day. Thank you. Bye.